you.
I have so much to share with you guys. I cannot wait to tell you what I have in this little book of mine. So on my way here, I was getting a lot of information that came through. First of all, there's a man. There's definitely a male presence. He's either mentally sick or physically ill. Also, something to do with the guy's hands. He has splinters in his fingers. And also something to do with a fire. I also saw this cabin. I saw it several times. I drew it. I don't know what the importance of this cabin is, but it came up over and over again. And then I see a cave system, and there's this dark, faceless kind of shadow.
So many things that Sarah brought up are resonating with what we've been talking about already. She mentioned a fire. I mean, that sounds like the steeple area of the church to me. Sarah also picked up on this haunted cave system, which when we talked to Jadine, she also mentioned that there was a cave that people thought was haunted.
We actually used to go up to a couple caves. Always weird vibes. You know, like they're always like, oh, there's something down there. It's just, you know, like weird energy.
Sarah's already validating a lot of things that have been coming up. It's just really revealing and kind of scary. So I have no idea what we're in store for with all this darkness that we're surrounding ourselves in.
Sarah's received a psychic vision of a cave. Now, this is the second time that a cave has been brought up during our investigation. First time was with Jadine, where she mentioned a haunted cave. As paranormal investigators, we always pay attention to coincidences or synchronicities. So we got the location from Jadine. We're gonna go check out this cave and see what we can find. This cave just happens to be over the ridge from Karen's property and is apparently really deep. This feels like the perfect opportunity to test our theory that this energy travels through the ground.
Whoa.
Look at that.
This has got to be it.
Yep.
And it looks like what I drew.
This is supposedly like, one of the deepest places that we can get down to. I just, feel that like every time that we've gone into the ground, we document more evidence.
Let's get our stuff.
All right.
This is crazy. It's incredible. It's also extremely creepy.
What are you picking up?
Well, I can tell you we're not alone.
Okay.
I keep getting told to look for symbols. I don't know what type of symbol I'm supposed to be looking for.
The tracker light? I want to hit with the UV light.
Oh my gosh, Tim, look at that. A circle and with an upside down cross. Tim, see that?
Oh, there's 6.
Here's another 6.
6. It looks like 6.
There's another 6 right there. Do you see the 6 right here? There's another one.
6.
Why would these symbols be in here?
When I owned the Wells house, I got 6 carved by an entity in the back of my neck, and it looked just like these.
Just like these? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And now we're seeing 6s everywhere.
Yeah.
Down here.
Should we do an EVP session right now?
Yes, absolutely.
We want to talk to the dark presence that's around us.
Did you hear that?
What was that?
Did you freaking hear that? There was a complete growl. There was a roaring growl. Listen, that was another.
I'm hearing it. Let's do EVP. I mean, it's dead quiet here. It's just you and I. Let's just roll this and see what we get. Tim and Sarah, EVP session number 2.
I want to know your name. The name of the person that is harming people in Anaconda.
Can you give us one of the people's names that we interviewed down in Anaconda? Can you say their name into this recorder? Are you the same entity that was in the pit? So we got Becca.
I want to know your name. The name of the person that is harming people in Anaconda.
It's so.
Can you give us one of the people's names that we interviewed down in Anaconda? Can you say their name into this report?
Madeline!
No,
That was who I talked to.
It was Madeline.
Madeline, yeah. So Madeline, what did the demonic entity look like?
Like somebody who had been through a fire.
It's weird, but I mean, for it to know Madeline,
Now that freaks me out.
that is weird. And I find it really incredible too that it was saying Satan, because Beelzebub also goes by Satan.
It could be Satan. It could be something that sounds like Satan. I'm just going to be real careful with that.
Like that's not normal spirit energy.
I'm head to toe goosebumps right now.
We gotta go down a little bit deeper.
Well, yeah, see if there's any other symbols. Let's do it.
Freaky.
Really freaky.
So while Sarah and Tim are at the caves, I decided to come here to the Beat Archives so I could look up the keywords that Sarah saw in her vision before she came. She mentioned a fire, cabin, hands with splinters, mentally unbalanced, and then suicide. I came across this article that literally has everything that she mentioned. So it's called Inquest on Body of Victor Mainville. Mainville was disturbed mentally to such an extent as to make it altogether probable that he took his own life. According to the story, Victor Mainville had appeared to be getting worse during the past 6 months. This testimony was introduced to show that the man was demented before his throat was cut. There were 2 fires making headway in the cabin, and one a pile of quilts in the middle of the floor, and the other the bed clothing on the bed. On the bed, there was a hatchet that had evidently been used for some purpose by Mainville. Mainville was then brought to St. Anne's Hospital, where he died in a couple of hours. And the undertaker made the rather suspicious discovery that the skull was fractured and that the little finger of the right hand had been cut off, and his throat was cut. That's a lot. This is highly unusual. I mean, we've been reading about a lot of really extreme suicides in this area. This is definitely the most extreme. It's been really hard to find information on a lot of the buildings on Karen's property, but the log cabin is especially dark. The cowboy who owned the ranch before Karen lived in that log cabin before he killed himself. Karen cries when she approaches it. I cried inside it. There's so much negative energy surrounding that building. This cabin was in the area that the log cabin at Karen's ranch came from. There is a good chance that his cabin could maybe be the log cabin.
All right, so this is the paranormal puck.
Okay.
There. I have my tablet. We're gonna ask questions, and we're gonna see if we get a response.
Okay.
All right.
Who is here with us? Victor?
It's strange.
Are we in danger?
That's freaky.